I used to think that Amazon couldn't fail at anything that they did. Well, until they got into entertainment with Jennifer Sulky leading the charge and creating Lord of the Rings of Power, that horrible TV show that had a horrendous first season and a horrendous second season, dropping the viewership by 60%. It was just horrible what they did to Tolkien's world, and they decided to do a third season for some godforsaken reason that started filming back in July, at least according to this Games Radar article. Now, exactly what they're going to be doing, we don't really know at this point, but we have at least the guide of the second season to tell us what we can expect that be coming out in the future. Now, end of the second season, what we saw is Sauron taking over the Orc army, going back to the Southlands, which is pretty much Mordor, and going to be forging the one ring to rule them all and giving out the 9 rings to men, which he then is going to corrupt. Now, hopefully, he doesn't instantaneously turn them into ring wraiths because they should decay, they should be corrupted over a course of time, and then become his mindless wraiths that just do his bidding. But, knowing the show and the show writers, they're just going to instantly do them. The moment they put on the rings, they're just going to turn to wraiths. I almost guarantee you that is what's going to happen. The show just does not handle subtlety well. It does not handle timing well. It does not handle anything well. I can't think of one thing in the show that was like, wow, this is amazing. It's just all bad, pretty much. And they're going to continue that into the third season because there's no saving at this point. You just need to scrap it, start over, start with a new team with actual experienced writers who have actually been on multi-million-dollar projects before that can actually do this job well. Because so far from what we're seeing, you just cannot handle this scale of production. We then have the elves. We have Galadriel somehow surviving her massive fall from the cliff, still surviving but recovering. We have Elrond and Gil-galad coming together, and we have her husband Celeborn finally showing up, this amazing elf who killed a Balrog during the war with Morgoth. Like, how the heck has this guy not shown up until now? At least that's the rumor that he's going to be showing up. So what was he doing? Is he over in Valinor? Is he just somewhere else just jerking up? Like, what the heck is this guy doing? This amazing elf is just gone. Like, you let your wife go like 300 years into the far north by herself hunting Sauron, but you did nothing? Like, what is going on here? Now, we'll see if he actually shows up or not. I'm just curious what they're going to do with him and how they're going to explain that, especially the love relationship that's going on between Galadriel and Sauron. Like, is that still a thing? Is that not? Like, it was so weird and wrong on so many levels, but we'll see what happens there. We then have the whole situation with the doors, with Dorne's Bane coming back, the Balrog under the mountain. Like, he's woken up way too soon, because now Dorne's Bane and Sauron should get together and take over Middle Earth. Like, they are the servants of Morgoth. Like, yes, okay, they'd be having competing interests, but they should at least cooperate with each other to destroy these realms. So, the fact that they don't, because I'm just going to say that they're not going to have any interaction at all. If they do, I'd be very surprised if that's the case. But you completely messed up the timeline. All you had to do was follow Tolkien's story, and you had a great story. But nope, you couldn't even manage that. You guys just had to go mess everything up. Talk about messing everything up. Let's go talk about Numenor, okay? That wonderful mess up of a place. You have Alfarazon coming over and completely taking control just because of an eagle show up without saying anything. Like, how does an eagle showing up make you king? Like, how does that take you the kingship away from Miriam? Like, I want to know exactly how that works because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't get explained to anyone. Yes, okay, maybe these are more superstitious people than we are today, but they still have common sense. Like, if there's a message with the eagle, like a Valor show up, like, Alfarazon, we now make you leader of Numenor. Okay, fine. I could at least listen to that. But that's not what happens here. It's just an eagle that shows up and makes him king, and he's now in complete control. Maddening. We then have Elendil taking Narsil to Middle Earth. Exactly what they're going to be doing. They're founding Gondor at this point in time. Okay, that's fine. But in the books, they're supposed to just be escaping from Numenor as it plunges into darkness and depravity. That's not happened yet. It happens because Sauron shows up and corrupts the ruling class. We haven't had any of that storyline yet happen. At this point, they should still be loyal to Iluvatar, the flame imperishable. They should still be good citizens and still wanting to help Middle Earth and defeat Sauron. But we don't have that happen here in this story. We then go and have the Harfoots going after the Shire, which fine. Just get rid of them. You're not benefiting the story. You would benefit me greatly if you get rid of female Frodo and female Sam. I'm not even going to remember their names. They're not worth remembering. We have then Gandalf, the grand old elf. Really great naming, people. Amazing. Well done. So amazing. Jeez, dear Lord, save me. Going off and fighting against Saruman. Because that's pretty much what we have going on here. You have the Dark Wizard. Well, who's a Dark Wizard? Well, the only Maiar that we know of being in Middle Earth would be Saruman, Gandalf, Radagast the Brown, and the two blue wizards who I don't remember their names right now. My apologies for that. So that's the only Maiar that we have in Middle Earth that it could be. The only issue here is Saruman only turns to darkness once all the rings have been made, and he wants to learn more about ring lore, and he's pursuing power, and that gets what gets him corrupted, and he turns evil at that point. At this point in the story, Saruman should still be good because the rings are literally being made at this point. He should not be a Dark Lord, but forget about Tolkien lore, forget about this universe. We're just creating this random dark wizard out on the random landscape, and don't worry, it's not going to be Saruman by any stretch of the imaginations. No way. We're not going to have that be it. Yes, sure, fine, whatever. So that's pretty much the mess that we have for this third season. Did I forget anything? No, not really anything worth mentioning. We have the Ents looking for the Entwives, but I don't really think that's much of a consequence right here. No, actually, I think the Entwives are still around at this point, but they're going to be disappearing soon during the war between the elves and Sauron. I think that's what's going on there. So we have that to be looking forward to, I guess, for the story. But in all honesty, opinion, it's just going to be going bad downhill. Like, let's just look at what happened for the first season. In the first season, you had 100 million people worldwide, more than 24 billion minutes streamed. That then would drop to only 30% of people viewed the entirety of that show during the first season, but during the international, you had 45% people watching, so that was pretty good rates for that first season. But then you had all drop by 60% in all categories for that second season. As I mentioned earlier, that's what has happened to the quality of the show. It's just so bad that people are like, yeah, I'm out. Like, even after The Hobbit was not that great of a trilogy. I've only seen the first two movies because I refuse to see the third, because the third makes no sense for the amount of story that's left. Like, it should just put on as an add-on to the second film. The third film, there's no reason for it to exist, so I refuse to watch it. But even The Hobbit has a better and higher standard of story quality than this show does. Like, I would rather watch The Hobbit dozens of times before you force me to go back to watch season 1, season 2 of this garbage. Like, I predict that this show isn't going to be able to beat Percy Jackson and the Olympians and The Acolyte, who had only 3 billion minutes viewed and 2.7 billion minutes viewed. They didn't even break 2004's top 10 streaming. I highly doubt that we're going to see Amazon even break the top 15, the top, maybe even top 20 of the streamed TV show, just how bad I think it's going to turn out to be. But then again, that is my personal opinion on how I think the show is going to go. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on what you think of Amazon's Rings of Power Season 3. Do you think it's going to be actually something worth watching? Do you think Amazon's going to be able to salvage this catastrophe that they've made? Or do you agree with me that there's nothing that can really be done, that they should have just ended it like they did with the Wheel of Time, that the show is just bad, the show writers are just bad, the story is just bad? I look forward to hearing your guys' comments down below. Leave a like if you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later. Take care now. Bye.